2025 CSLB Contractors License, Law and Business Questions and Answers, Part 9, by Paint Thinner Gang. These are practice questions. These are not the exact same questions the state will give you. These Q&A will help you pass by studying them. What is accounts payable? Money a business owes to vendors or suppliers for goods or services. What is accounts receivable? Money owed to the business by customers for products or services delivered. Why is it important to manage accounts receivable effectively? To ensure timely cash inflow and minimize bad debts. What is an invoice? A document sent to customers detailing the goods or services provided and the amount owed. What is the purpose of a vendor statement? It provides a summary of transactions between a business and its vendor. What is collateral in business financing? Assets pledged as security for a loan that the lender can seize if the borrower defaults. What is the difference between short-term and long-term business loans? Short-term loans are repaid within a year, while long-term loans have repayment terms exceeding a year. What is an interest rate? The cost of borrowing money, expressed as a percentage of the loan amount. How can a business improve its creditworthiness? By paying bills on time, reducing debt, and maintaining a good credit utilization ratio. What is a debt-to-equity ratio? A measure of a business's financial leverage, calculated as total debt divided by total equity. What is an audit? A systematic examination of financial records to ensure accuracy and compliance with regulations. When is a business required to conduct an audit? Audits may be required by lenders, investors, or government agencies, depending on the size and type of business. How can a business prepare for a tax audit? By maintaining organized records, receipts, and documentation for all financial transactions. What is GAAP? Generally Accepted Accounting Principles, a set of accounting standards used to prepare financial statements. What does PACE stand for in PACE loans? PACE stands for Property Assessed Clean Energy. What is the primary purpose of PACE loans? To finance energy-efficient, renewable energy, and environmentally beneficial property upgrades. Are PACE loans only available in California? No, PACE programs are available in other states, but California has one of the largest and most developed programs. Who is eligible for a PACE loan in California? Property owners with sufficient equity in their property and a good payment history on property taxes. Can a homeowner with bad credit qualify for a PACE loan? Yes. PACE loans do not rely on credit scores. Approval is based on property equity and tax payment history. What type of properties are eligible for PACE loans? Residential, commercial, industrial, and agricultural properties are eligible as long as they meet specific requirements. How much equity is required in the property to qualify for a PACE loan? Typically, the property must have at least 10 to 20% equity, depending on the lender and program guidelines. Are there limits on how much can be borrowed through a PACE loan? Yes, the loan amount is capped at a percentage of the property's assessed value, usually up to 15 to 20%. Is a PACE loan available for properties with an existing mortgage? Yes, but the property owner must be current on their mortgage payments, and the lender may require mortgage holder consent. Can a property owner with unpaid property taxes qualify for a PACE loan? No. Applicants must have a good property tax payment history, typically with no late payments in the last 1 to 3 years. Are there income requirements for a PACE loan? No. PACE loans are not based on income. They are based on property equity and the ability to pay through property taxes. What types of projects qualify for a PACE loan? Energy-efficient improvements, renewable energy installations, water conservation systems, and, in some areas, seismic retrofitting. Does the property owner need to hire specific contractors for PACE-funded projects? Yes, improvements must be made by contractors approved or certified by the PACE program. Do PACE loans require a credit check? Typically, no credit check is required. Approval is based on property equity. Can renters apply for PACE loans? No, PACE loans are only available to property owners. How are PACE loans repaid? Through an assessment added to the property owner's annual property tax bill. Does a PACE loan remain tied to the property or the owner? It remains tied to the property. What happens to the loan if the property is sold? The remaining balance typically transfers to the new owner unless otherwise negotiated. What types of projects qualify for PACE financing? Projects like solar panels, energy-efficient HVAC systems, water conservation improvements, and seismic retrofitting. Can PACE loans be used for aesthetic home improvements? No, they must be used for energy efficiency, renewable energy, or environmental benefit projects. Are commercial properties eligible for PACE loans? Yes, commercial properties can qualify under commercial PACE-CPACE. Do PACE loans require a down payment? No, they typically finance 100% of the project cost. What are the repayment terms for PACE loans? Repayment terms generally range from 5 to 25 years. Are PACE loan payments tax deductible? In some cases, the interest portion of the payments may be tax deductible, but consult a tax professional. Are PACE loan interest rates fixed or variable? They are usually fixed over the term of the loan. Are there fees associated with PACE loans? Yes, there may be administrative fees and interest charges, which vary by program. Why are PACE loan interest rates sometimes higher than traditional loans? They are unsecured loans based on property equity, which can pose higher risk for lenders. What consumer protections exist for PACE loans in California? Laws require clear disclosure of terms, cooling-off periods, and contractor restrictions. What is the cooling-off period for PACE loans? Property owners can cancel the agreement within a few days after signing, typically 3 business days. Are contractors allowed to recommend specific PACE loan providers? Yes, but they must be authorized and cannot misrepresent terms. What is the biggest risk associated with PACE loans? The loan's senior lien status can complicate refinancing or selling the property. Can a PACE loan lead to foreclosure? Yes, if property taxes, including the PACE assessment, are not paid. How do PACE loans impact property resale value? Some buyers may see the loan as a drawback due to the added tax assessment. How does a PACE loan differ from a traditional home equity loan? PACE loans are repaid through property taxes and do not rely on the borrower's credit score. Are PACE loans better than leasing solar panels? It depends on the property owner's financial goals. PACE allows ownership, while leasing does not. Can a PACE loan be used alongside other financing options? Yes, but the senior lien status of PACE loans can affect other financing arrangements. What are some popular PACE programs in California? HERO Program, Y Green Energy Fund, and California First. Who administers PACE loans in California? Local governments partner with private lenders to administer PACE programs. How can a property owner apply for a PACE loan? Through an approved PACE provider, often with the help of a contractor or directly online. Why are PACE loan interest rates sometimes higher than traditional loans? They are unsecured loans based on property equity, which can pose higher risk for lenders. What is the typical interest rate range for PACE loans? PACE loans usually have fixed interest rates ranging between 6% and 10%. Are PACE loan interest rates fixed or variable? PACE loans generally have fixed interest rates. Why are PACE loan interest rates often higher than traditional loans? PACE loans rely on property tax assessments rather than credit scores, making them riskier for lenders. How do PACE loan rates compare to home equity loans? PACE loans tend to have higher interest rates than home equity loans or personal loans. What factors influence the interest rate of a PACE loan? Loan term, the lender, and the type of project influence the interest rate. Do longer loan terms affect the interest rate? Yes, longer loan terms, e.g., 20 to 25 years, often have higher interest rates compared to shorter terms, e.g., 5 to 10 years. How does the project type impact the interest rate? Renewable energy and energy efficiency projects may qualify for lower rates compared to water conservation or seismic retrofitting projects. How are PACE loans repaid? Repayments are made through property tax assessments. Do PACE loans have flexible repayment terms? Yes. Terms usually range from 5 to 25 years depending on the borrower's preference. How does the loan term affect total interest paid? Longer loan terms reduce monthly payments, but increase the total interest paid over time. Are there any additional costs associated with PACE loans? Yes, administrative fees or origination costs may apply, increasing the effective APR. Is the interest rate disclosed to borrowers before agreeing to a PACE loan? Yes, lenders must provide a truth-in-lending disclosure detailing the interest rate, APR, and total loan costs. What is the APR, and how does it differ from the interest rate? The APR includes the interest rate plus additional costs, such as fees, providing a more comprehensive view of the loan cost. What should borrowers consider when choosing a PACE loan? Borrowers should consider the interest rate, loan term, fees, and the total cost of the loan over time. Why is it important to review the loan agreement for a PACE loan? To understand the exact interest rate, repayment terms, and any additional costs associated with the loan. How can borrowers ensure they are getting a competitive rate on a PACE loan? Borrowers should compare rates and terms from multiple PACE program providers before committing. What type of work can a General B, General A, or General B remodel not do and must have a licensed contractor? A. C-16. Fire protection or the C-57 well drilling. Can a General B contractor perform specialty work in a single trade? No, unless the work is part of a larger project involving 2 or more trades. For example, a General B contractor cannot perform only plumbing or only electrical work unless it is integrated into a broader project. Can a General B contractor perform structural engineering work? No, they cannot perform structural engineering unless they subcontract it to a licensed structural engineer or C-class contractor specialized in the field. Is a General B contractor allowed to perform electrical work independently? No. Standalone electrical work must be performed by a C10 electrical contractor unless it is part of a larger project involving multiple trades. Can a General B contractor perform plumbing work as a standalone job? No. Plumbing must be subcontracted to a C36 plumbing contractor unless it is part of a larger multi-trade project. Can a General B contractor take on roofing-only projects? No, roofing work requires a C39 roofing contractor license unless it is part of a broader construction project. Is landscaping considered part of a General B contractor's scope of work? Only if the landscaping is part of a broader project involving multiple trades. Otherwise, a C27 landscaping contractor is required. Can a General B contractor build swimming pools independently? No. Swimming pool construction must be performed by a C53 swimming pool contractor unless it is part of a broader project. Can a General B contractor perform HVAC installation independently? No. HVAC work must be done by a C20 HVAC contractor unless it is part of a larger multi-trade project. Can a General B contractor perform specialized concrete work independently? No. Standalone concrete work must be subcontracted to a C8 concrete contractor unless part of a larger project. Can a General B contractor perform asbestos abatement? No. Asbestos abatement must be performed by a licensed asbestos abatement contractor certified by Cal-OSHA. What is the primary difference between a General A and General B contractor? A General A contractor focuses on infrastructure and engineering projects like roads, bridges, and utilities, while a General B contractor specializes in structures requiring framing or multiple trades, such as residential or commercial buildings. What type of license is required for a General A contractor? A General A contractor must have an A license issued by the Contractors State License Board, CSLB. What type of license is required for a General B contractor? A General B contractor must have a B license issued by the CSLB. What types of projects can a General A contractor perform? General A contractors can perform infrastructure projects such as highways, bridges, water systems, and airports. What types of projects can a General B contractor perform? General B contractors focus on buildings and structures requiring framing and involve two or more unrelated trades, e.g., plumbing, electrical carpentry. Can a General A contractor build houses or commercial buildings? No. General A contractors typically do not handle residential or commercial buildings unless they are part of a larger infrastructure project. Can a General B contractor work on infrastructure projects? No, unless the project involves a building structure that requires framing or multiple trades. Can both General A and General B contractors hire subcontractors? Yes, both can subcontract specialized work, but the type of subcontractors hired aligns with the scope of their license, e.g., General A for engineering trades, General B for building trades. What kind of trade-specific work can a General A contractor perform? General A contractors can perform specialized trade work related to infrastructure, like excavating or grading, if it's integral to the project. What kind of trade-specific work can a General B contractor perform? General B contractors can perform framing and other building-related trades, but must subcontract single-trade specialty work unless it's part of a multi-trade project.